Wanya inside the wrestling basement coming at you with 3 things that could happen this Friday night on Smackdown. So, without further ado, let's jump right to today's video. Number 1, Asuka could return to Friday Night Smackdown and seek revenge and gain momentum on her Extreme Rules opponent Sasha Banks and her partner Bayley. Why do I say that? Because as we all seen last night at the Great American Bash NXT edition, Asuka returned to NXT to help Kairi Sane beat the odds against Sasha Banks and Bayley. And, considering the fact that Sasha Banks and Asuka will go one-on-one for the Raw Women's Championship at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, it would only make sense for Asuka to return to Friday Night SmackDown, where she did sort of kind of big things on Friday Night SmackDown, because originally, I honestly remember Asuka being on Friday Night SmackDown, and her being on Monday Night Raw, it's kind of growing on me, but she originally, in my eyes, belonged to Friday Night SmackDown. So, when she do return to Friday Night SmackDown, because it's bound to happen, she must seek revenge and seek to gain momentum against Sasha Banks heading into their Raw Women's Championship match at their Extreme Rules pay-per-view. So, that could very well happen, considering the fact that, like I said, they are into a rivalry, and, leading up into the pay-per-views, one superstar, it's kind of like a balance thing. Who can gain the most momentum heading into the big match at the pay-per-view? And Sasha Banks and Bayley, they real high right now. They pretty much got all the momentum they need. Now it's time for Asuka to jump ship and come get some momentum over there on the Blue Brown Friday Night SmackDown, because Sasha Banks and Bayley, they don't have no problem jumping from Raw to SmackDown to beat people up. That's just what they do every week. So it's only right for Asuka to come over there to the Blue Brown Friday Night SmackDown tomorrow night and gain momentum heading into their championship match. The second thing we could very well see tomorrow night on Friday Night SmackDown is Alexa Bliss heel turn, or they hint towards her heel turn, because regardless of what y'all want to believe, when Alexa Bliss first turned babyface, because at one point it was Lacey Evans, Alexa Bliss, and The Miz, and honestly, I didn't believe none of that, especially not Alexa Bliss. Now The Miz, I didn't believe that either, but as far as Alexa Bliss being this whole babyface with Nikki Cross, this is going to be over right before we know it, because if Nikki Cross thinks she's finna get the SmackDown Live Women's Championship and Alexa Bliss finna be her sidekick, her second, her right-hand person, she's sadly mistaken. Alexa Bliss gonna stab Nikki Cross in her back as soon as she think she finna get more ranking than her on Friday Night SmackDown. I honestly didn't buy Alexa Bliss being no babyface. I never believed it. I said at any moment, whenever I seen Alexa Bliss throughout this babyface run, I said any week now, she can turn heel. I'm talking about and just stab Nikki Cross in her back. So, now that we know that Nikki Cross is next in line for Bayley's SmackDown Live Women's Championship, and since we talking about Asuka and we talking about the Boss and Hood connection, this Friday night on SmackDown, we could very well see Bayley team up with Sasha Banks versus Nikki Cross and Asuka. Now that's something that that's something that they'll pull. So we could very well see that tag team match tomorrow night on Friday Night SmackDown, because they love to put the champion versus no one contender, leading up into the big championship matches. So we could very well see that tag team match tomorrow night on Friday Night SmackDown alongside Asuka gaining momentum. And like I said, as far as Alexa Bliss, Nikki Cross, I honestly don't believe her defeating Bayley for the SmackDown Live Women's Champion, and you gotta believe that Alexa Bliss heel turn is slowly approaching. It might be quicker than later. It might be sooner than later, but it's definitely coming. So expect Nikki Cross to get her backstabbed in by Alexa Bliss soon. And the third thing that could very well happen this Friday night on SmackDown, or in the near future on SmackDown, is Eric Rowan's return to Friday Night SmackDown. Why? Because it only makes sense. He's an original Wyatt family member. Bray Wyatt, he has gone back to his old ways. The Firefly Funhouse, the Eater of War Bray Wyatt, the Funhouse Bray Wyatt is kind of out of the storyline now. The Eater of War Bray Wyatt, the former WWE champion, the man that defeated AJ Styles, John Cena, The Miz, and a lot of other superstars in an Elimination Chamber match to become the world champion. A man that did battle war with Randy Orton, all type of stuff. I'm talking with the war with the Brothers of Destruction. That Bray Wyatt has returned back to Friday Night SmackDown, and right by now, I honestly still don't believe Bray Wyatt is going to defeat Braun Strowman for the Universal Champion. Even though their swamp match at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view, the horror show, is not for the Universal Championship, I honestly believe they just gonna drag this whole storyline out as long as possible. So Bray Wyatt, I won't say he gonna need no help, but he gonna need some more help as far as like the mind games as far as Braun Strowman. So it would only be right for Eric Rowan to return. We know ain't no Luke Harper returning, but Eric Rowan alongside Luke Harper. So since Luke Harper is out of the picture, Eric Rowan is definitely the man to step in and, join the party between these two behemoths, that being Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, as far as this Universal Championship pitch. And since I know that match at the Extreme Rules Horror Show pay-per-view is going to be like cinematic, in which I'm honestly not a huge fan of the cinematic match, because you really don't get a clear winner, because that match with John Cena and Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania, there wasn't even a clear defeat on John Cena's behalf. So we can expect Bray Wyatt to defeat Braun Strowman at this Extreme Rules Horror Show pay-per-view, and that would definitely jumpstart him into getting another Universal Championship match at the next pay-per-view after this one, I'm guessing. So as far as Eric Rowan's returning, it definitely makes a lot of sense as far as storyline wise, and to give Bray Wyatt that extra kick into winning this match against Braun Strowman, and like I said, potentially getting a future Universal Championship match. So three things that we can very well, where at least I can very well see happening this Friday night on Smackdown. We can see Eric Rowan's return. We can see a hint, or we can very well see Alexa Bliss heel turn, and we can see Asuka return to a blue brand of Friday Night SmackDown and gaining momentum and getting retribution on the Boss and Hug connection, mainly Sasha Banks. So with that pretty much being the end of today's video, feel free to smash the like button, super kick the subscribe button, comment down below, and hit the bell notification. Until next time, this is the Wrestling Basement.